Is it over for Solana? Let's find out today as the crypto markets plummet. And for some reason, I always get excited when we see blood in the markets. I don't know why. I just still think many people just simply don't understand that extreme fear can be such a good ally in the markets, right? So what's going on? We've seen many major coins down. We've had a lot of craziness and controversy around some exchanges. We're going to explore all of it. Why did Bitcoin crash? Why are the markets falling to pieces? You can see FTT is down 70%. Solana is also crashing massively. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe. So let's check it out. Here's a little news post from Decrypt. FTX's FTT token crashes 78% in 24 hours. Bitcoin hits yearly low. So we can see the FTX token plunged nearly 80% following news that Binance would acquire Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto exchange. FTT in value crashing 78% in the past 24 hours from $22 to $4.87 according to data from CoinGecko. The FTX token reached a low of $3 Tuesday before rising slightly to above $4 and then back to roughly $5.48 at the time of writing. So we can see here the plummeting price of FTT comes as both Binance SEO Changpeng or CZ Shao and FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried confirmed Tuesday that Binance would acquire FTX as the latter faced a significant liquidity crunch. So pretty crazy. We can see here he's put, as part of Binance's exit from FTX equity last year, Binance received roughly 2.1 billion USD equivalent in cash, BUSD and FTT. Due to recent revelations that have come to light, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our book. So that is why we are seeing this humongous drop in the market. It's a crazy level of impact. And let's look at some other influences, thoughts and insights. So we can see the capo of crypto bottom is far from in. Price wise, time wise, I think it could happen in the next few days. What, for the bottom? I'm not sure. I mean, I think we have maybe got a bit more downside potential here. I'm going to show you a bit more on that later, so do stick around. But yeah, I'm very keen to see what might happen. So this can only end one way. Final capitulation event with tons of liquidations, massive FUD everywhere. Most people bearish and calling for lower prices. We're kind of getting there already. CZ said all crypto exchanges should do Merkle tree proof of reserves. Banks run on fractional reserves. Crypto exchanges should not. Binance will start to do proof of reserve soon. Full transparency. That's really cool to see. Here we got Sean Puri. Here's a 30-second summary of the FTX drama that is blowing up in crypto. That's why we're seeing all of crypto fall to pieces right now. How FTX, a multi-billion-dollar co, almost died overnight. 2. And why is this a god-tier strategic move by CZ Binance? That's interesting, actually. I want to learn a bit more about this. So it starts years ago. Binance was an early investor in FTX. FTX starts growing like crazy. They become the second biggest exchange. Steph Curry, Tom Brady, they got huge marketing deals. SBF becomes the famous FRO of crypto. A bit lower down it says they started as friends, new competitors. Binance number 1, FTX number 2. Coinbase others are smaller, right? Binance decides to sell its stake in FTX. As part of the buyout, they agreed to take 2 billion of it in FTT, a token that was that FTX created that it used for trading fees. So now Binance and FTX are friendly competitors. Binance owns a shit ton of FTT, about $2 billion worth. There's not a lot of FTT trading volume, so this is important. No trading volume, but Binance liquidates the FTT tokens. It's not going to look good, is it? 2 days ago, CZ comes out and says SBF has been talking shit about them to regulators, lobbying in what would hurt Binance. So he announces publicly on Twitter to his 7 million followers that he's going to dump his entire 2 billion FTT stash. So again, people are super emotional on Twitter. As soon as there's a drop or a glimpse of FUD, the markets go crazy. Anyone holding FTT knows this is bad news. $2 billion worth of sell pressure would crush the price, which it is definitely doing so already. So they start to panic sell. Price of FTT drops like 15 to 20% overnight. Nobody wants to buy FTT, too risky. A whale's about to dump, and that's when you do want to start buying, is when you think that everyone is going to sell. Just what I like to do anyway. So yeah, it's a nice story. We can see kind of what's really happened. A bit more than 30 seconds, so I've kind of been scammed into reading this now, but I think it's really interesting to just look at the other insights in the market. I'm utterly shocked that unregulated crypto exchanges trading billions of dollars in speculative digital assets are having financial issues. That is extremely alarming. We had the Terra Luna crash in May. We had some other crazy controversial issues as well. So again, the whole blockchain market is being tarnished with the same brush, and it's just looking very, very bad, from and sort of are looking in view from the general eye of the public right now, it just looks very, very bad. It's not what we want. Arthur Hayes, funds are safe. So we can see BitMEX is using this as a good opportunity to say that they have a snapshot of their proof of reserves and proof of liabilities. So that's pretty cool to see as well. Yeah, I think it's very bearish what we're seeing, but I also think, looking at Bitcoin's price right now, it was gonna come eventually, and I think today's price is completely irrelevant to the price in 2 to 3 years. So we shouldn't panic too much. We can see that we did lose the sweep over here of the swing low of 17.6k. This is the lowest Bitcoin has been. It actually came down to $17,200. It's the lowest Bitcoin has been in years, guys. It has not been this price since basically December 2020. Basically 2 years. It's not came down this low, and now it's threatening the next support level at 16.1k, and if we see more negative continuation, you know, we could even come down to 13.6k. Just going to quickly show you a chart over here, the BLX. So the BLX suggests that we've now come down 75% from Bitcoin's top to bottom. The previous bear market, we did a 83% correction. So if we were to correct down to the 80s, we would be looking at roughly a $13,500 Bitcoin. So I would not say it's not possible, and it would take us further into the green accumulation zone of this logarithmic regression band that we got right here. So it would support historical data if we did actually come down to lower prices, even $15,000. Absolutely fine with me. It can keep coming down as much as it wants. Just remember, guys, that if you're not buying at these levels, and once it does go back up to $60,000+, if you're too afraid to buy now and you're regretting it back in the future, or in the future, shall I say, then it's because, you know, you didn't scoop up these low entries that we're being offered with now. So these are the bear markets, guys. This is definitely what's going to be happening for a long time. More lows, more sideways trading. So how about Solana? What's going on? I mean, this is some real dirty dumpage over here. This is not what we like to see. We can see we come down to 94%. A 94% correction from the top, from the all-time high of $259. We're just sitting here at $17. That's quite concerning. If we look at the Bollinger Bands, we're really underextended on the lower ribbon. So very, very volatile movement. We lost the 20-day moving average there as well, as expected. So let's have a little look a bit further. We lost the support of $18.50. That's now a resistance, and we could be threatening an $11 price level for Solana, which would be an absolute disaster. We do have a few key bits of data that we can look at. These oversold positions here on the daily RSI. We've got 4 positions. We've got 4 pieces of historical data right there to look at. If we can grab ourselves a vertical line, we can try to establish whether buying at these levels would be sensible based on historical data. So we can see the last 2 times this was oversold, right here and also here. There was an interesting bounce each time. We can see this bounce here offered a 49% bounce. The bounce right here, always very volatile V-shaped recoveries, and then it continues in its downtrend. 58% bounce, the one more recently. There wasn't really much there, to be honest. 28%, I mean, you say not a lot. If you're on 10x leverage there with $1,000, you'd be pretty happy. What else do we have? Well, we got this one here. We're still waiting a potential recovery. So we could assume anywhere between 25 to 50% on a bounce. Maybe it could come up to $25 once all the FUD is washed away. But I do still see us printing lower highs, lower lows, continuation to the downside. The trend is your friend. We are still in very much a gloomy crypto winter. So I'm not getting excited yet. Of course, this is just more opportunity for potential reaccumulation, in my opinion. So let's move into a shorter time frame. We'll go to the 4-hour. What's happening over here? We can see this is where the price really started plummeting downwards just in the last 24 hours. Over 61% drop in price. It's really bad. But we can see this green candle here did reflect a lot of buying pressure around the $15 price level. Let's move into the 1 hour. We can see we're still getting rollover, putting through higher lows, and also kind of lower highs at the same time. So I'm not really liking what I see here. We're getting that rollover. Bulls are losing momentum. It's not really a good sign, in my opinion. Hopefully we can see a bit of a recovery here and come up to the 31 to 25 sort of dollar level in the next few days. It's just looking bearish, guys, the whole market sentiment. But I really wouldn't worry. About today if your mind is focused on the next 3 to 4 years in the blockchain market. So we know We've seen this before. You look at the logarithmic regression band, which, by the way, I've never seen this happen. It's actually dropped off of the dark blue ribbon. That's absolutely crazy. It's never done that one before. It did it momentarily here with the COVID, which was like a black swan event. So, of course, some weird stuff like that is going to happen. Could this also be labeled as a black swan event? I'm not entirely sure. It is anomalous. No one expected it. But recently, it seems the whales are using news and other kind of fuddy events to really sort of use as leverage to just pull the prices down as much as possible. And I guarantee in a week or two or three, we're going to see a reversal in what we've just seen today. Usually happens. I mean, I don't see it, Bitcoin coming down to 15k this year. I do see it happening next year, but I just don't think now. I think there's going to be a nice reversal here. I think we're going to get a bit of a V-shaped recovery. So guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do get yourself into the Discord. There's over 2,000 people in there at the moment. We're talking about all things pre-sales, DeFi, staking, much more. We've got 3 live pre-sales at the moment, by the way. The last 2 we did a 20x and a 7.5x, so it's definitely worth checking out. And I'm also doing a $1,000 giveaway. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel and you could be a lucky winner. Winner announced on the 1st of December. So do check it out. Let's help this channel get to 10,000 subscribers. We're nearly at 9,000 now. I'd love to see 10,000 before the next year. And yeah guys, I think just try to chill, try to relax, step away from the charts. I know when this happens, the emotions become absolutely erratic, right? In your mind, the voice does not turn off. I've been there before many times, and the easiest thing to do is just stick to your strategy. Move away from the charts. You know, if you're long term, you know, you don't need to be afraid, but if you do have too much risk or you've got too much of your capital in the markets, the other thing you could do is move over to cash, because cash is still effectively king in a crypto bear market when things are not moving up. But you could take advantage of the dips. You could. I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame for Solana, seeing this RSI that low, very tempting. Very tempting indeed. But yeah, let's wait for things to calm down. Don't let the emotions invalidate your logic, because that's always the worst thing to do. Hope this video was somewhat insightful. I think for now the markets are very choppy, very volatile, very risky, but you know, in the weeks to come, in the months to come, we can still see a good recovery here in the crypto markets. Anyways, bye for now. Like, subscribe. I shall see you soon.